It'll happen because of the people that are living here. It's got to come from them. Leadership has got to come from them. It can't come from anywhere else.
Some people here, I think, feel that Bridgetown's not worth much, and but they don't really want it to change because they don't feel like it's worth changing for the better. They should just they've given up on it already or something, and that's a bit of a shame.
You'll come up with an idea that you think is fresh, and say, no, we tried that back in 1957 and that didn't work then, it's not going to work now.
I had no objection to change.
No, we say go for it.
If it's going to improve the quality of life in the area, who would want to be against it? That's ridiculous.
I don't think a whole lot has changed since I was growing up. The kids still go to the town pool for swimming lessons. They still go to their extracurricular sports through the high school. We still have cider fests and some of the activities that I participated when I was young. So there's a lot of history there with events from the past. But I think it's time to reinvent the wheel and start coming up with some new ideas. So
it's really up to us as a community and as businesses in the community to think with an open mind. And the sky's the limit when it comes to being able to achieve your goals.
It should be happening almost on a natural basis in other clusters throughout the town, people communicating and finding out what our needs are. And I sense that the more we listen to each other, the ideas will flourish.
I'm really encouraged with Bridgetown. I think I've seen the changes over 6 years, and I think it's going in the right direction for sure. I'm impressed, and I'm confident that Bridgetown, if it continues in this vein, will do well.
We can't complain much. Anything that we complain about, we could probably fix ourselves.
If we don't like what the council are doing, then we should tell them rather than tell each other.
Maybe they're fed up with what's there, but if they are, there's only one way to straighten it out, and that's to come forward and show some initiative and drive, and that'll do it.
Bridgetown, to me, feels like the kind of size of town where, like you were saying before, one person can really make a difference if they choose to. You can make as much of it as you want.
To get qualified people to come forward voluntarily is difficult today.
It's always the same. I always find it's the same people always working on the projects, which leads to the burnout.
I think there are lots of people that would like to get involved, but they don't know how.
Join an organization and participate. That's it. It doesn't matter what the organization is, and it doesn't matter what degree of participation.
I think people want to really be involved. That's how Bridgetown is going to continue to thrive and grow and be a better place. I want to be here when I'm 105 and they carry me out of here feet first, and I want to see the trees and the beauty of Bridgetown back to the way it was when I was growing up here.
Like these meetings that the town's doing, stuff like that is really good, just to have the community feel like they have a voice and can get involved. And I think it's kind of got to be a partnership.
But I think we need to take initiatives ourselves and not just sit home, and we need to get out and be involved within our community, and that's what will make us stronger and help us to grow.
Volunteer help has put a lot of things into this community. A swimming pool, a rink, ballparks.
There's so many things already happening in Victoria that you just go. You don't have to be the person that organizes it or knows how to do stuff.
That's right, yeah.
Whereas coming here, there's a certain amount that if you want that to happen, you have to do it yourself.
I used pick and shovel in a lot of areas, removing big rocks and things like that from the...
Behind the school.
220. In fact, if you look at the little monument, my name is on it and Jack Walker's name is on it. The soccer field was his. his baby, and mine was track and field.
And I think as the population turns over, the challenge is for different people to pick up the ball, pick up the slack, and start new things and keep those things going. So the challenge for the community is to be proud of what we have, to not take it for granted. It's nice that it's a quiet, safe place, but at the same time, can't keep it too quiet and too safe, or it won't exist forever.
I know we have so many challenges, but if you stop and you just appreciate what we have right now and the beauty, and there's some things that we can't change and there are things that we can improve upon, but to just stop and take a look at what you've done as opposed to what has to be done and just appreciate it.
We could lose another school here too.
I think that even if it's expensive to run a high school like Bridgetown Regional High School, and expensive to run BRES, I'm saying more expensive than other high schools, so what? It's an investment in keeping a rural community alive. And I think it's incumbent upon the school boards and the provincial governments to bite the bullet on those topics and do it anyways, because the longer reaching effects are far worse if they don't.
I flew all over the world with Canadian Airlines, and I often was asked, what's the favorite place? What's your favorite spot? And I go, the Annapolis Valley. I have said it year after year after year to people that it's God's little untapped beauty.
I think it's very important to think in the long term for the town of Bridgetown, and even 20 years I think is a very short time frame to be thinking about sustainability. Bridgetown has been here for a very long time, and I think its promise is in the fact that it's been here for a very long time. Something's working.
I mean, if we're talking about the sustainability of a community, I strongly believe that Bridgetown has everything it needs to sustain itself, because of the strength of its people. The strength of the people gives the town a flavor that can attract others like that, of like mind. So, if we put our minds together, we can certainly be a model community for rural success, in my mind. Yeah.
So we've got need a few more people, not lots, just some more people. Something for the youth and something for the tourists. Done.
There we are. That's all they need
Check,
to do.
check, check. Project
Done.
How hard could it be, guys? Really?
Now we can retire.